First on our list is Angkor, Record of Mongol Invasion. The title of this anime indicates that it's going to be about the Mongol invasion, so you can definitely expect some extreme war and cruelty, as well as some preconceived knowledge on some hardcore historical events. That's right, this is a war story, and that's exactly what you should go in expecting from this anime. To be more precise, the story sheds light upon the Genko War that took place in the 14th century, as well as give us a new perspective on this war and samurai in general through its fictional storytelling. Be that as it may, this anime is not to be confused with the actual events that happened during that war. At the end of the day, this is still a work of fiction. I'm also not going to be specific about who the weak-looking MC is, because that would take the unexpected element out of this anime. Blue Gunvolt. This is the only adaptation of a game, and it's only 21 minutes long. That's right, just 21 minutes long. But even so, the art and animation of this anime is surprisingly appealing. It just grabs your attention away from the minor flaws of the show and into the bigger picture. The story takes place in the future. There are a few people with special powers called Sevens. However, even though things look peaceful on the surface, there are some people who are doing inhumane experiments to people with special powers. Now, I'm going to be honest with this one. Okay, I'll be honest. Regardless of the fact of whether this anime is actually any good or not, you won't regret watching this 20-minute long OVA. Code Breaker. An eye for an eye, a tooth for a tooth, and evil for evil, says the main character Rei Ugami. The idea that this anime tries to portray is evil. The main character is also one of those dark heroes that we don't get to see very often. As for the story, it begins like this. On a completely normal day, a girl named Sakura looks out of her bus window only to see people getting burned alive left and right with some intense blue flames. There's a boy who's completely unfazed by the situation, and he's standing over all of these people. Later, she comes back out of curiosity as well as fear to see what might have happened and how things are now. However, all the corpses, evidence, everything is all gone. The only trace remaining was that of a small fire. And then later, during school, there's a student transfer. A boy named Rei Ugami. Now, who might this boy be? Garo, Hono no Kokuin. Now, this anime is kind of underrated, so if it intrigues you even a little bit, you should definitely check it out. There are users of witchcraft, and they're to be hunted in the name of the king. And even after around 17 years, the hunt hasn't cooled down. In fact, more and more users are brutally hunted in the name of law and order. But what if these witchcraft users weren't as bad as people were making them out to be? What if they weren't actually the problem? It turns out that's exactly what they are. They have a strong desire to protect humans from horrifying demons, and among them is a 17-year-old alchemist called Louis Leon, who's the one who wields the legendary golden armor. He's incredibly strong and also has some grave hatred towards the kingdom. I'd say this anime is a lot about violence and other grave things, and it's definitely worth checking out. Sagrada Reset. Here's another underrated gem. The story takes place in a city called Sakurada, and it's a place where people are born with special abilities, and it's a one-of-a-kind place. The main character, Kei Asai, meets a girl named Misora Haruki, who's an antisocial girl, but who has the power to reset anything around her to a prior period in time, 3 days to be more precise. But what's interesting is that even she herself forgets ever resetting something, but because Kei Asai has a unique ability of his own, he never forgets anything. So after getting acquainted with each other, they join the service club to aid other people. But little did they know just how far their little club is gonna go. Even the administration bureau that ensures law and order in the city asks them to complete some major missions. Now, why would they do that? And what is it that they're after? Lord of Vermilion. In the year 2030, some high-frequency sounds pop up in Tokyo along with red fog, and those who hear those sounds, be they animals or humans, they lose their consciousness. Seeing all of this, the city goes into emergency mode. The authorities command to shut down everything. They say that a mysterious pandemic is on the loose, and there's no telling what will happen next. So it's time to prepare for the worst. Be that as it may, 6 days later, everyone who lost consciousness now wakes up, and the city goes back to normal. So, was it all just a prank, or is there really a mysterious pandemic lurking around in Tokyo? I'd say, depending on how much you like action, this could be a very good watch for you. The art and animation is also relatively good, however the downside of this one is that both the story and the characters are kind of vague. Watch this if you have nothing else to watch. There you go guys, I hope you enjoyed this video. Be sure to like and leave a comment.